I'm Avery Davidson. Thank you for joining us for this special edition of This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week. Normally, we would be in New Orleans for this show. However, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the 98th annual meeting of the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation looks a little bit different, and I'm back in the studio. For the first time in 31 years, it is not Ronnie Anderson at the helm of the state's largest general farm organization. At a virtual meeting of the voting delegates, Louisiana Farm Bureau members elected Rapides Parish sugarcane, grain, rice, and crawfish farmer Jim Harper to be president. We'll introduce you to Mr. Harper a little bit later in the show. Well, we've been sharing a lot of stories about Ronnie Anderson and his battle with COVID-19. Unfortunately, that's overshadowed his retirement. While his recovery remains paramount, there are many great headlines of which Anderson has been a part of while leading the Louisiana Farm Bureau. One part of his legacy is the incredible membership growth the organization saw in the past 30 years. That growth led to a louder voice for Louisiana farmers and ranchers.
And our influence, not only in Baton Rouge, but in Washington, through them and our staff connection with the people at American Farm Bureau, we've been able to accomplish a lot. If you look at use value, look at trying to maintain a level of taxes that we can afford, and also to be able to afford to do the things we need to improve our roads and our connectivity with broadband and that are things that you got to have now. Farm Bureau's accomplished a lot, and I'm not going to take credit for all of it, but I sure like the idea that I was there and being part of it.
Anderson will continue to serve on the board this year as immediate past president. However, priority number one is still for you to get better, Mr. Anderson, so that you can enjoy your retirement with your amazing family. I know your children and grandchildren are excited for this next chapter, and we wish you the best. To say that the 98th annual convention of the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation has been unconventional, well, that would be an understatement. The Phase 2 guidelines for dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic did not allow for the more than 200 voting delegates to meet in person in one place. So they did what all farmers and ranchers do when they are met with a problem. They improvised and found a solution. You're looking at the last meeting of the Louisiana Farm Bureau voting delegates led by Ronnie Anderson. It was during this Zoom meeting that the more than 220 voting delegates from across the state sent their votes via text to these people in the Farm Bureau boardroom in Baton Rouge. Never before since forming in 1922 had the Louisiana Farm Bureau conducted business this way. But Assistant to the President Kyle McCann says the COVID-19 pandemic made it necessary.
For the last 98 years, we've had our annual meeting face-to-face, and this year we had to set something up that would meet with the times and the compliance with COVID and keep our members and leadership safe. So we did a series of Zoom calls, a lot of conference calls, and a lot of distance meetings to get to the point where we could elect our new officers and board for the coming year.
The changes did not end with the voting delegates. Rather than meet on the 41st floor of the New Orleans Marriott, the newly seated board of directors held its first meeting at the LSUA mega shelter just south of Alexandria.
It's been really an experience this year trying to get our convention and our meetings done.
Scott Wiggers is the second vice president. He says because Louisiana traditionally holds the first state convention in the country, other states may seek advice.
I think that Louisiana certainly has learned a lot of things that other states and actually the national level can perhaps learn from, because we don't know exactly what's going to be the situation as we go forward in some of these other states. But we've learned a lot.
While members of the board hope to keep in-person meetings going, Secretary-Treasurer Mike Melancon says the lessons learned this year could help in the future.
The migration to Zoom and virtual meetings, it took a while to get used to, but in time, I think it turned out to be a pretty good tool sometimes for folks around the state to not have to travel. So we might have found something there that we can use in the future.
Third Vice President Richard Fontenot says despite the changes, the Louisiana Farm Bureau accomplished its mission.
We elected a new president, we elected some new board members and new executive members. We got it done in the time that we needed to get it done, with the tools that we had, with the technology available to us, and with the help of staff and a lot of cooperation with all the volunteers across the state and their parish offices, Farm Bureau got it done.
As you could tell, this convention was all business. No Queen's contest or talent contest. Last year's Louisiana Farm Bureau Queen Victoria Roussel of Vermilion Parish agreed to serve another year. We'll learn about the winners of the Young Farmer and Rancher contests later on this month. As we mentioned, for the first time in more than a quarter century, the Louisiana Farm Bureau has a new person at the helm. Jim Harper, a grain, crawfish, and sugarcane farmer in central Louisiana, was elected at the 98th Annual Convention to replace Ronnie Anderson, who retired after 31 years in office. Twila's Neil Melanson takes us to Harper's farm in Cheneyville to meet the new leader of the state's largest general farm organization.
Jim Harper is checking on his beans at his farm here in Cheneyville. It's a critical growing time for them.
Most of the pods have been set. All we need now is a couple of more good rains, and this crop will be made.
It's a critical time for the organization he represents as well. Harper is the newly elected president of the Louisiana Farm Bureau, which is the state's largest general farm organization. As I talked with him at his 9,000-acre farm in South Rapides Parish, it's clear that his leadership skills started in the soil.
I give a lot of credit to my success from my father. He was a big believer in, making the most economical crop you could, but not affect the yield. And that's what we try to do on our farm. We watch every penny, and that's what you have to do now to stay in business.
Jim's wife, Debbie, remembers a time when things weren't always as easy.
A rude awakening. We raised cotton in the very beginning and almost went broke raising cotton. Then he got into the soybeans.
Family is evident on the farm here near Alexandria, as both Jim's brother and children are involved in the operation.
Since I was a child, I knew I wanted to be a farmer. I was born on a farm. My father was a farmer. I used to follow him around when I was a kid. I worked on the farm all during high school, after school, on the weekends and the summer. And when I got through with high school, I talked to my father about farming and coming back to the family farm. And he said, son, that would be fine, but first you have to go to college. So I went to LSU, I got a degree in ag business, and I came back home and started farming with my father. He retired a few years after that, and me and my brother Ross have been building the farm ever since then.
One thing making things easier for Harper is the role Ronnie Anderson played in shaping Farm Bureau. While he says he has big shoes to fill, Harper says the organization's track record under his predecessor is a great help.
Under his leadership, we more than doubled our membership because of him and the professionals he hired. We became a strong political force in the legislature.
In addition to soybeans, rice and crawfish are integral to the farm. And while the cotton may not be around anymore, the sugarcane is helping the farm grow.
The thing that I like best about the sugarcane industry, besides the great people that you get to meet and talk with, is cane is a stable crop. It's not affected as bad by the weather.
In 2 years, Farm Bureau will celebrate 100 years as an organization. With his strong roots in agriculture, Jim Harper seems ready to grow until then and beyond. Reporting from Cheneyville, I'm Neil Melanson.
And again, Jim won't be flying solo as president. Ronnie Anderson will stay on the board as an ex officio member for the next year, a fact that Jim says he finds very reassuring. Harper will be surrounded by a very capable executive committee and board representing all corners of Louisiana agriculture. The state consists of 11 districts, and this year, 4 of those seats were filled with new representatives. Here you see all of the members of the board of directors. New to the board are Birch Pierce of Catahoula Parish, representing District 4, Joey Olivier, representing District 6. He's from St. Landry Parish. Dwayne Viatar of Lafayette Parish is now the representative for District 8, and Greg Gravois from West St. James Parish will hold the District 10 seat on the board. Re-elected to the executive committee were Secretary-Treasurer Mike Melanson of St. Martin Parish, 3rd Vice President Richard Fontenot of Evangeline Parish, and 2nd Vice President Scott Wiggers of Franklin Parish. Marty Woldridge, a cattleman from Caddo Parish, joins the leadership as first vice president, filling the position left vacant by Jim Harper. Woldridge says he's looking forward to working with the board to make the grassroots of the organization even stronger.
Strengthening our parishes. What do we need to do as a board to make sure that every parish in this state is successful financially, membership-wise, board? I mean, what resources do they need? What do they want from us?
As you saw earlier, the new board met for the first time in Alexandria. That was the first in-person meeting since the COVID-19 pandemic began. The next meeting is set for August. No word yet on whether or not that meeting will be in person. Each year, the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation awards one young farmer or farm couple with the Young Farmer and Rancher Achievement Award. This year, the winner will be selected and announced later this month. Twila's Kristen Oaks White gives us a quick intro to each of our three finalists.
Our first finalist is Jacob Ezel of Madison Parish. From cattle and corn to cotton and soybeans, economics drive every decision on this 2,000-acre farm. That's why Ezel says he and his family are constantly searching for new ways to improve efficiency and productivity on their operation.
We went from 8 row to 12 row. That sped up our operation. Don't have to have as much labor. We got GPS where we used to have row markers, and we used to farm like it was 1970 up until about 5-6 years ago. We're taking advantage of newer technologies for fertilize, variable rate, pulling soil samples, things like that, where used to we would just put it out there and hope for the best. But now we're taking a little more time, more money, and it pays off in the end.
Our second finalist also hails from the Delta region, Philip Tomlinson of East Carroll Parish. Philip and his wife Carrie farm 2,700 acres of grain in Lake Providence. There, he utilizes the latest technology to make this farm more efficient and sustainable for the next generation.
Efficiency is where it's all about for me, because in farming you've got to get things done when they need to be done, and lots of times you don't have a lot of time to spare. And so we've got a good team built that we can jump out there and we can get a lot done in a short period of time, and make it to where days matter. And when you're only given a few days to get something done, if you don't get it done in that time frame, then it can cost you a lot.
From the northeast corner of the state to the southwest area, we traveled to Calcasieu Parish to introduce you to our third finalist, Brandon and Danielle Vale. From the rice fields to the cattle pasture, the Vales share all the responsibilities of managing this 2,700-acre operation, as well as their deep-seated love of agriculture.
You have to love it. You have to. I'll tell you, one of the oddest things, I love the smells. Whether it's fresh dirt or the way rice smells, or cutting rice or fresh cut hay, cows. Being that I've done it for so long, my family's done it for so long, I guess it's in my blood too, but I love it.
Having faith that you know that you were put here for a purpose to do it, and you need to continue to do it, because there's nobody behind you to replace you. So we know the struggle, that there's not a whole lot there. So knowing that somebody needs to feed the world.
Again, we'll learn the winner later this month. We'll be sharing each of their full stories here on Twila in the coming weeks. Still to come on Twila, there's another new face on the Louisiana Farm Bureau board. We meet the new Women's Leadership Committee chair after the break. Stay with us.
I now hope they're fighting today.
I hope they are. Put a Dorito right here.
I got a fish! I got a fish!
Find your place in the country and the lender who can get you there. Find Louisiana Land Bank. Financing for country homes, recreational property, farms and ranches, and agribusiness.
Louisiana oysters, salty, sweet, and delicious. But have you ever thought about what happens to all those oyster shells? Most of them end up in trash cans and landfills. The Coalition to Restore Coastal Louisiana is changing this with its oyster shell recycling program, and you can help by visiting these participating restaurants. It's a simple and delicious way to restore our coast. The shells will then be used to sustain and rebuild oyster reefs. Remember, once you shuck them, don't just chuck them.
I'm a farmer.
I am a farm wife.
I am a cowboy.
I am a grass farmer.
I'm a businesswoman.
I'm a conservationist.
I am an advocate.
I am a voice for Louisiana farmers.
I'm always learning.
I'm a husband.
I'm a mom.
I am a dad.
I'm a granddad.
I am a consumer.
I grow the food that feeds your family, and I'm proud of it. I am Farm Bureau.
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 We are Farm Bureau.
The Louisiana Farm Bureau Women's Leadership Committee elected a new chair this year. Twila's Jennifer Finley traveled down to Assumption Parish to learn more about the committee's newest leader, Michelle Simoneau, who says the timing for this position is perfect for her.
Congratulations are in order.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Well, tell me a little bit about the women's organization at the Louisiana Farm Bureau and your new position as chairwoman.
Well, it kind of came unexpectedly. I was not expecting Denise to step away, and she did. And so I was first vice chair and felt like the time was now for me to rise to the occasion.
So why is this important to you? What is it that makes this position something that's exciting for you?
Well, I've been married to a sugarcane farmer, Rodney, for 35 years, and this is our livelihood. And we want to advocate to the consumers around the state as well as the entire U.S. and leave our farm to the next generation. My son is on the farm, and we have one. He has a son, 1.5, Lewis, and we hope that one day he'll just step up and enjoy the farming community.
Tell me what it's been like to be on a sugarcane farm for that long.
If you think your husband's coming with you somewhere, that's not always the case. But you go anyway, when there's commitment, you have to go, they have to work. We've learned that, so you're going somewhere on the weekend, it's rained all week, they got to work on the weekend, but you got to step up and do your part. But it's a good life for us, we've enjoyed it, work hard, raise a garden, raise all our children here in the same house.
So the Front Porch Project comes all the way out here?
Yeah, we actually had done a Front Porch Project when our children were small. And then during the COVID, a lot of photographers were just trying to make a little money on the side, so they came. And luckily, we were able to get our entire family here.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is amazing, and it's the same porch.
Yeah, we tried the same porch, just about the same everything.
What a beautiful tradition. Speaking of traditions, we have the Farm Bureau Queen tradition.
Yeah, we were honored and shocked when Mary Claire was crowned Farm Bureau Queen in 2010.
Beautiful.
And
look at that. She's
we're
gorgeous.
just beyond belief and excited for her, and thought that was our one and only chance, And then 2 years later, Rebecca comes along and is crowned Farm Bureau Queen in 2012. So we were just beyond excited for her, and
well, they got their mother's looks.
Well, thank you. But it was great experience for them and for us. We enjoyed it.
Well, to me, this just says Farm Bureau family.
We like to think we are. And if it wouldn't be for Farm Bureau, we might not be in the same position we are today. So thankful for them and all the opportunities they've given us and our children, and hopefully our grandchildren.
The Women's Leadership Committee is also responsible for all of Farm Bureau's youth contests at convention, including the Queen's Contest. With our unconventional convention this year, the current Louisiana Farm Bureau Queen, Victoria Elise Roussel of Vermilion Parish, will continue her reign until her successor is crowned at next year's convention. Still to come on Twila, a statement that means family. We are Farm Bureau. A moving reminder of that next.
Landowners are minding the Louisiana forest for our grandchildren. A place for wildlife, recreation, lumber for homes. It's the right thing to do. Forestry, covering half our state all of our hearts.
It's a well-known fact that here in Louisiana, sugarcane is more than just a crop. It's a way of life. It creates more than 16,000 jobs across the state and an additional $3 billion boost to our state's economy. And Louisiana's cane families always give back to the communities where we live, work, and play. Louisiana sugarcane, making life sweeter, naturally.
Sugarcane, sweet sugarcane.
That's slow. That's slow and below the top. Seriously.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
We know this year's convention was very different, and believe us, we absolutely missed seeing all of your faces this year in New Orleans. However, if you took part in this year's convention at the grassroots level, participating in meetings via a computer screen, thank you. Thank you for continuing to support the work of Louisiana Farm Bureau to ensure that our state's farmers and ranchers have a strong organization to fight for them, even if it's from a safe distance for now. We can't wait until we can all be together again and celebrate this industry that we love so dearly. This week we leave you with a video that showcases the things that remain constant in times like these: farm, family, and the Farm Bureau family.
people to feed.
Farm Bureau, represents the farmers of Louisiana, more than 130 or so thousand families as Farm Bureau families, and that is a very, very loud collective voice.
Farm Bureau represents all of agriculture, not only those that are members, but everyone. And without that cooperative spirit, without that power that Farm Bureau brings to the table, things don't get done. I've been in Washington long enough now to understand and to know that to be respected, to be heard, and to be acknowledged, you've got to have some wind under your sail. And that's what Farm Bureau brings to the table.
When the pressure's on, Farm Bureau has my back on the issues that matter most to my operation, so I can make hay while the sun shines.
One of the things I've enjoyed the most about being a member is having the opportunity to meet producers from across the state, and I've become good friends with many of them. When a Farm Bureau member is hurting, you hurt with them, and that's when the Farm Bureau family comes together. I am proud to be a Farm Bureau member.
Family, farm, and Farm Bureau all come together to be the voice of American agriculture.
There's a certain characteristic about Farm Bureau, and that comes to mind always is family. You know how you feel about your family, and you feel the same way about the people in Farm Bureau.
We talk about the Farm Bureau family, and when you get in a situation like this, when you have something that's as serious as COVID and anything else that's life-threatening, you realize how important it is to have that connection, that family connection with Farm Bureau. And it's just a wonderful group of people involved with Farm Bureau. They work and try to take care of each other.
It has been truly amazing to realize, even more so at this point in our lives, what the Farm Bureau family means. It's a lot of love out there, just a lot of love. I am a proud member of the Farm Bureau family.
I'm a father.
I'm a grandfather.
I am a farm wife.
I'm a fifth-generation farmer.
I'm a consumer.
I'm proud to say I'm a future farmer.
I'm a God-fearing, tractor-driving country boy.
I'm a teacher.
I'm a businessman.
I'm a conservationist.
I am a young farmer.
I'm a volunteer leader.
I'm Macy Luckett and I'm Farm Bureau proud.
I am an advocate for Louisiana agriculture.
I'm a physician, but my passion is the land.
I feel at this point in time that I'm a survivor.
I am the future. I am Farm Bureau.
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 We are a Farm Bureau family.
I am Farm Bureau.
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 We are Farm Bureau. We are Farm Bureau.
We are Farm Bureau.
The thing that I'm most proud of is to be able to look into that camera and say that I am Farm Bureau.